Hello there. I hope you're doing great. Welcome to the sixth episode of Music Strokes Podcast. This is Tamuz talking to you straight from my room. In this episode, I'll be talking to you about the song Rosemary by Deftones. So prepare yourself for a beautiful journey. Buckle up. Now, I want to start off by talking about something that brought me down to this subject. Sometimes my subconscious takes me with it and throws me into a never ending space time thing. It's like a black hole soaking me in, and it took me into the depths of my subconscious, basically. Um, so I see this kind of picture when I'm in there. It's kind of like I wrote it down here so I don't forget what the details are. Um, and this thing mostly happens when I'm busy, not using my mind to think about a specific thing, and mostly deals with physical stuff, like um, could be anything physical. So I was doing something which I don't specifically remember what it was, but it was something related to cooking. I was cooking something. I don't quite remember what it was, but yeah, I was busy. And when with cooking, you don't think too much. You just do. You know it. You know what you're supposed to do. I was preparing this food, and then suddenly I see kind of like a picture thrown in front of me while my eyes are open. So I'm focused doing something and something related to cooking. And then I see this kind of picture in front of me, and I wrote the description of that picture. So the picture is kind of like I'm walking in Los Angeles, um, or somewhere in Compton, which is in LA basically. And I see this fence, um, and it draws my attention towards the little alley beside it. It's spring. There is a light rain. It's past midnight, and it's super dark. And um, uh, the only light was the only light I see is coming from the end of the alley above a door which is made of metal. So I'm like, okay, light rain. We're in LA. There's this alley which has light, but the whole place is dark. What's going on? So I go inside the alley and I approach the door, but I feel afraid to open the door. So this song totally reminds me of this vibe. It kind of portrays this vibe for me. And I went to therapy to understand what that picture was, what my subconscious was trying to tell me, because that vibe was so mysterious and so nostalgic at the same time. It felt like as if I was there before. I've been there before, but I don't remember. So I was like, I need to figure out what this place is, what this door is trying to show me. But again, I'm afraid. And although I was afraid of opening the door, so I could not open it. I wanted to open it, but I could not. Anyways, I go to the therapist and I tell him about this picture of mine, and he tells me, well, it is kind of like a secret you're hiding from yourself, and you're afraid of acknowledging it. And I was like, wait, what? Maybe that's true. And yeah, it was true. There was something that had happened to me um, in my childhood, and I could not thoroughly remember what it was until I sat down multiple times to remember what it was. And finally, I remembered and I figured it out. But the song, it never ceases to amaze me and bring back those nostalgic kind of feelings. It's somehow intertwined with that picture of mine. Thank you, subconscious. Appreciate it. Now, go listen to the song. The link to the song is down below. Go listen to it, then come back. I'll be telling you about the lyrics and the meaning of the song. Welcome back. If you've listened to the song, perfect. If not, please go listen to the song. Even if you've listened to it before, but just go listen to it one more time and then come back. It would be much better. The lyrics start. So I did some research about the song, and it's said that when the song was released, Chino, who is the singer of the band Deftones, states that the song is about a plane crash. I'm like, what? Dude, that's so cool. But then after reading the lyrics a couple of times and doing some research, I really was amazed by how strong the lyrics are. So it starts off like this. There's no sound but the engines drone, our minds set free to roam. Not to roam, but to roam. You know what I mean? There's no sound but the engines drone. The way I understand it is as if everything is frozen, and the only sound you hear is the engine sound of the plane crashing, and our minds set free. So the reason why the minds are set free is because, so think about it like this. When you're close to death and you have no other way but, like death is coming to you, and there's no other way around it, your mind kind of unlocks its full potential, at least in my opinion. I mean, think about it. Imagine that today is going to be your last day of your life on Earth. What would you do? Your mind would suddenly shift its way of thinking. Try it. So that's why in here they say our minds set free to roam. Time shift. We discover the entry to other planes. Now here I think he means like discovering the entries to other planes. So they are in a plane right now, crashing right now, right? So it's as if you become able to travel, like metaphysically, maybe. Sometimes I personally, like, just like that subconscious thing, I sometimes think about um, places I want to be or places I've been to before. And it makes, like, when I close my eyes and just imagine it, after a couple of minutes or some moments maybe, I start feeling as if I'm there, really. You might call me crazy, I don't care, but I have experienced this feeling. I close my eyes and I start focusing on the moment, my breath, maybe, and then I start noticing I'm not here, as if I'm somewhere else, but I'm here at the same time. Like my body is here, but mentally I'm somewhere else. And when I imagine this, when I enter this kind of state, I feel like I'm there. It's like I've been there before. The place is not, it's not strange to me. It has that familiar feeling. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm talking about, but if it makes sense, Perfect. So, what he means here, we discovered the entry to other planes. So imagine the full potential of your mind is unlocked, and you are able to travel to other places using the full potential of your mind. So you see, it's like it reminds me of this movie, La Haine, which is a French movie. Um, the first dialogue starts with this thing: a guy falls off a tower or a building, and then while falling back, he says, "Jusqu'ici tout va bien." So far, so good. So think about it. Like the guy is falling, he's approaching death, committing suicide basically, and he's telling himself, "So far, so good." Like nothing has happened, nothing bad has happened so far. It kind of it sounds very similar to the plane thing to me. So again, the they discover the entry they discover the entry to other planes. I don't know if I'm pitching this the right way. I hope it makes sense. Um, our minds bend and our fingers fold. Entwined, we dream of unknown. See? Talking about death. Things that are unknown. And that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Death is unknown. It is unknown. You're not certain what's gonna happen. And the minds bend, and it's just beautiful, man. Again, time shift, we discover the entry to other planes. I love the chorus. I really, really love the chorus. It is as if some lover is with me, taking my hand, or I am taking her hand, and we're like holding each other's hands, and we're like, we're gonna be safe. Jusqu'ici tout va bien. So far, so good. There's nothing wrong gonna happen. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Nothing's gonna go wrong, and listen to this. Stay with me as we cross the empty spaces. Come sail with me through time. I'm gonna read it again. Imagine it. Stay with me as we cross the empty spaces. Come sail with me. They're like sailing on the sea. Beautiful. Come sail with me through time. So this reminds me of, people say when humans die, it's kind of like a tape recording of it's kind of like a movie starts playing in front of them of their childhood, their all their years of life. And I think that's what he's talking about. Come sail with me through time, because time becomes meaningless at that moment. We slow down as the engines stall. Our eyes catch sync. We explode. I mean, think about it. Once the plane crashes and explodes, right that moment they do not feel pain. They do not feel death. Maybe I'm wrong because I have not experienced that. I don't know. But let's keep on. Time shift, we discover the entry to other planes. Time shift as we collide with the energy in other ways. So beautiful. It illustrates the metaphysics of life and the transcending energy of life to another stage, which is death. And you know what? I believe that death is not an end. It's basically a transition of energy to another form. I mean, energy never goes away. Um, and in the end, they say, stay with me as we cross the empty skies. Come sail with me. We play in dreams. Oh my God. This gives me a lot of power. like when I think about it, I think of, okay, we play in dreams. Sometimes people blame others for being daydreamers, but you know what? I love being a daydreamer. Sometimes I would just sit down in a park, lie, well, sometimes I would lie down and I would stare at the leaves of a tree and I would daydream probably for half an hour or an hour, and I would just make pictures and create feelings of my own, and just come up with new things that could happen in my life, and I basically play in those dreams, and it's beautiful. True, it's not real that moment, but it's not a sin, and nobody can stop you from daydreaming. You know, it reminds me of the main character of the movie, um, The Shawshank Redemption. There's this part where the main character goes inside the prison's chief or the prison's boss. I don't know, manager, and then he uh, plays some music and he locks the door, and then he plays the music in the whole prison, and he just sits down and enjoys his life. He enjoys the moment. And that moment makes me think, okay, that guy is in prison. How is he enjoying life? And you know what he says? This is what I remember, but not exactly, but this is what I remember. I remember he says, nobody can take away the joy from you. And this is the same. Nobody can take away joy from me. It's all up to me. I can basically sit down and think of a song, my favorite song, and I could play it all over in my head, all over from the start to the end. And I would enjoy it because that's something that belongs to me. Nobody can take it away from me. Nobody can take that from me. And that's beautiful. There are certain things in life that nobody can take away from you. We should not neglect them. The art is to see them and to maintain them wherever you are, at whatever stage of life you are. Uh, we play in dreams as we cross through space and time. Just stay with me. Yeah, yeah, guys, that's my interpretation of the song. It's a lovely, lovely song, and I hope you enjoyed this interpretation of mine. It's very spontaneous, and I love spontaneity. Um, it 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 is very raw. So yeah, um, please take care. And if you have any idea what the song is exactly about, or if you have an idea of your own about the song, please share it with me down in the comments. Thank you very, very much. Please take care. Thank you very, very much. See you soon.